Welcome to Bits and Pieces Quilting. Today I am going to give you a tour of my sewing room, so stay tuned. Hi, I'm Michelle, and today I am super excited to give you a tour of my sewing room. It's been a long time coming, and I'm going to show you some clips over a bit of a time period to show you how the development of this sewing room has progressed. For those of you who are new here, Jason and I moved back to Canada about a year, 14 months ago or so, and then we launched some renovations in the house. So the sewing room has been through a bit of a renovation period, but I'm finally ready to show it to you. I'm super thrilled and super excited to have my own creative space back here in Canada, and I'm looking forward to showing it to you. So come on into my sewing room. So this is my sewing room at the moment, and it looks a lot better than it did, and let me tell you what's going on here. Once the shipment arrived, this is where everything got stacked up, floor to ceiling, because we're getting a number of renovations done in the house, and so the contractor needed this other half of the room in order to store all of his supplies. But the first projects are done, so the supplies are now gone, but we have more projects to follow. So our spare bed is wrapped up right here, stacked in the corner, and I've decided to move some of my work stuff up here now that there's a little bit more space. So the first thing that I'm going to do is not so much unpack, but dig into this pile a little bit. I still have Sue's sewing machine. My Juki is still at the shop, and she's been kind enough to loan me her sewing machine until the Juki gets back from its little spa trip to get repaired after rattling around on the ocean for a few months. So I'm going to get a little bit organized, but I'm not going to do too much just yet because once the contractor is finished with a few other things, this area back over here is going to get built into a beautiful, I'm assuming it's going to be beautiful, I know it's going to be beautiful, beautiful built-in cupboards and closets and storage and drawers and things. And so it's only when that is finished that I'll truly unpack the sewing room. So this is part one of my effort to organize all of the sewing supplies now that they have returned from Australia. So this is my sewing room the night before the built-in wall units are supposed to arrive. So trying to do a little bit of ironing and cutting over here, but as always, the mess gets worse before it gets better. So this is everything for the sewing studio. I haven't unpacked hardly anything at all. But tonight we have had to clear out this whole space right over here, and tomorrow our contractor will arrive and put in a built-in into this space. That's the base of it right there. I've got my dirty ironing board cover, 3 colors of paint that we're thinking about, and really hopeful that a huge amount of all of this stuff will fit into the new cupboards and drawers that are going into here tomorrow. The cabinets are in, but not yet secured to the wall, so I can't put anything in them. But look, floor to ceiling cabinets. I'm so excited. And there was this little random weird bit of a wall here. So John ripped that out. So a couple more days to put the headers and the spacers and the kick plate and the moldings and to secure it to the wall and everything. And then I get to fill up this beautiful, beautiful cabinet while John, of course, paints the doors and gets the rest of it ready to install. So exciting! You know how when you undertake a project like this, you know that it's going to get way worse before it gets better. But then suddenly you realize you've maybe tipped over the edge and the worst is over and now it's going to start to get better. I think I think I've hit the tipping point. So if you recall from the original video, this was all stacked up to the ceiling. There was a huge stack of things here. Those have all been dealt with, which I'm really excited about. And there's not even that much hiding under here. And I have a plan for some of it, So I think we've reached that tipping point. You can see the colors on the wall over here that we're thinking about painting. I think Benjamin Moore White Sand is probably going to be the winner, but I'm really excited about my cabinetry, and it is starting to hold a lot of wonderful quilting things. Super exciting. At this next stage in the development of the room, everything had to come out so that new moldings could be put in, so the ceiling could be scraped, new pot lights could go in, new crown molding, a new frame around the window, the walls could be patched and painted. All of that base work had to get done. And believe it or not, pulling everything out after it had been organized wasn't nearly as difficult as I thought it was going to be because it all had a place to go back to. Welcome. Come on into the sewing room. Let me show you around. I'm going to start over here because this is probably the area that is most familiar to my viewers. I have this fabulous quilt hanging on the wall. I've just used a curtain rod, and this is where I set up the camera to do some of my filming. And then, of course, I have my cutting table here, which I use my camera stand to do the overhead shots and the beautiful natural light from the window. So I do all my cutting at this table, and I love, it's an up-down table, and I love being able to adjust the height. Sometimes I'll raise it up just a smidge higher, or I'll even lower it and bring a chair and sit here as if it were a desk. It also makes for great storage underneath, so I've got a few bins of fabric, of course, and then my ironing board is handy here for cutting and ironing, cutting and ironing. I do sometimes put my ironing board away, and I'll show you where that goes in a minute, but let's be honest, it almost always sits out right here, ready for me to use. And then the sewing, I actually do all my sewing over here at this table, also where I can enjoy the beautiful natural light coming into this space. Sewing machine on a nice sturdy old kitchen table that some friends gave to us, my light. I still work from home a couple of days a week, so I have my computer monitor in the back there and I swap that out for my workspace. My wobble stool, which Jason rescued from a buy nothing free cycle group, which I use all the time. I got an antique ironing board here. This is a really similar setup to what I had in Australia, and I really like having this little space with all of the tools I use on a regular basis right here. And one of the things I always have handy is the manual to my sewing machine. I always forget which way to turn the tension dial, so I always keep the manual for the machine within arm's distance so that I can grab it, look up what I need to look up, and keep the machine in tip-top shape. I also am thrilled with the storage in here. This is an old cabinet that we used to have actually in the bathroom before the renovations, and it's a great bookshelf and space for threads and patterns and things here. But then this is the piece that the earlier videos showed you, that void in the room that John, the contractor, has built for me. And I just love, love my storage. It's multifunctional. So the two side ones, I can take these shelves out and you could make it a hanging space if you wanted. Over here, I have a huge space, and this is where the ironing board can get folded up and slid into here with more shelves up top. These are actually the extra shelves if I want to put shelves floor to ceiling into this space, but I really like this big tall space to store the ironing board, to store some of my filming equipment. Up here we've got some more cupboards with fabric, of course, and other craft supplies. And then I have my drawers, and these are brilliant. I have lots of tools and rulers in this drawer, more tools in here, perfect depth so that things don't get too lost in these shallower drawers. And then I've got three big drawers that hold projects, things that have been put aside, pulled aside for projects. I have what I call the beautiful fabric drawer. So these are some of my really special fabrics. I've got the Anna Maria Perry cone flowers over there, which I love, some fabrics that I picked up in Australia before we left. It's kind of the special fabrics drawer. And then in the bottom, I've got my neutrals, the black, the white, some really giant pieces, some backings, all kinds of things in there. This cupboard also holds some of my fat quarters. other pieces of yardage that have all been folded up. This bag is all of the projects with other people's fabrics. So the things from Sue and Cut In that I'm still working on, just to keep it separate so it doesn't get lost in the shuffle, are in here. Got all kinds of bits and bobs all over the place, but I just love having cupboards I can close, keep the dust, keep the sunlight off of the fabrics, off the projects, and it just gives it a nice, neat, and tidy look. So this is where I spend a vast majority of my time, and I love it. So thanks for coming on the tour of my sewing room. Thank you very much for joining me on this tour of my sewing room. I hope you found it interesting. I'm so grateful to have this space. I'm grateful for Jason for giving up the third bedroom in the house. I'm grateful to John, our contractor, for building such a beautiful space where I can create and craft and make videos for all of you. Thanks again for watching, and don't forget to make the most of your fabric bits and pieces.